Greetings, my people. Greetings, Zambia. Greetings, Africa. Welcome back to another epic episode of Dialogue on the Log. And right now, we're about to embark on a very short journey. And this journey is the journey that's going to take us to this young entrepreneur, a young farmer from the Copper Belt University. They say every journey has a destination. Can anybody guess where we are? Natufika pafamu yaba renowned agripreneur aba sangwa pa CBU national yaba bala tweba bende. The Bemba say ukusende chinsenda kunkoko kuna kilila. So right about now we've sat him down so that he can explain a little things about himself and his business and his journey. Yes, Mr. Elijah, how are you?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
Very much okay. Can you say something about your background?
Actually, my name is Elijah Shitabe.
Yeah,
I was born in Rwansha.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where I grew up from. Then,
Vansha?
yeah, Rwansha district on the Copper Belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then I went to Kabwe, that is in Central Province. That's where I did my secondary school. Because my grandmother used to do farming.
So your interest in farming came from your grandmother?
Yeah, most precisely because she was a farmer.
Oh.
Yeah, so she used to take us to the field. You know, she was a peasant farmer, so she used to do maize and groundnuts, or just different varieties of crops. Yeah. So initially, that's where the interest for farming grew.
Yeah. Did you enter campus? Did you enter the university?
You know, I can just say 2018, 2019.
Did you start farming just right there and then?
Initially, I started farming before I was even accepted at CBU.
Oh.
Yeah.
So at CB you just carried on with what you used to do before entering
exactly.
the campus.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Because I started farming before I was even accepted at CBU.
Okay.
I started farming initially. You know, I used to do that is 50 by 50, a lima.
Oh.
Yeah, in Mufulira, because I also went to Mufulira to do some businesses. I used to lay some chickens. Yeah.
So on campus, the first time you farmed, what crops did you farm?
Maize and beans. Only two crops.
Weren't you scared of school? That is school guard because sana passive. Weren't you scared of school? Why did you opt for that instead of maybe doing other things that would have maybe helped you in terms of school?
Okay, what I can say is, if you recall very well, in 2019, 2020, there was a pandemic called COVID-19. You get a point, Kat?
Yeah, I remember that time.
So that's when I was initially in first year in the school of business. So what can I say? However, most of the universities and schools were closed in 2020 because of COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
So instead of me going home, you know, before I was doing business, yeah, initially, but I never just wanted to stay at home or maybe just just be at the boarding house doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I just said, no, I have this specific niche which is called a talent.
Yeah.
So why can't I utilize that at this particular moment
in school?
Yeah. So eventually I just discovered a dormant land. It was just a dormant land. Full of trees.
How big was it?
By then it was just a small portion of land, just 50 by 50.
50 by 50.
That is a lima.
That's all. So it was just a lima.
A lima. So that 50 by 50 is called a lima. Yeah. So I thought of doing farming. get the point. So
So
from the
yeah, carry on.
so from there, can't I clear this land? So my conscience just told me, no, I have this skill, but I was scared, because of the process
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You need to go and apply and
Ask
do
for,
whatsoever,
for
ask for a
permission.
permission from it. But for me, I had to overlook the norms
Exactly.
and went ahead. So I had to just defy the norms and just went ahead and started doing farming.
Risking it all, huh?
Life of an entrepreneur, you have to be a risk taker.
You need to
Because
be a
if you're
risk
not a
taker.
risk taker, definitely everything. No, I need to apply. I need to do this. You won't make money. Time is taken, and farming it's seasonal.
Challenges did you ever face as a student who is an
Agripreneur.
agripreneur?
Farming is labor intensive. School as well is
It's very selfish, we say.
it's very selfish. Man's time.
Yeah, yeah.
Your all self.
Yeah.
So it was very challenging for me to find a balance. So farming initially it's a passion, something that I enjoy doing it. I'm not forced to do farming. I enjoy it. So basically it becomes very very easy for me to to balance school and farming at the same time, because what I used to do is most on the because we closed for when there was COVID-19. So most of the schools were closed. So initially it didn't become so challenging for me to balance
Yeah.
farming and school, because we are just indoors studying, doing assignments, learning online. You get the point.
Yeah.
So when I'm relaxing, so I could create maybe 3 or 5 hours to the field. I do the weeding, I do the fertilizer application. But of course, when I just started, I didn't do much. Imagine I just cleared the land about a lima that is 50 by 50, and I only planted that is 4 kg of maize, and 5 kg of groundnuts. So it wasn't quite
So
demanding.
4 kg of groundnuts produced how many bags of groundnuts?
Of groundnuts.
Yeah.
Okay, groundnuts. It's it's quite different with maize. Yeah, but at least I had how many bags? Maybe 5 bags.
5 bags
of groundnuts.
Which is very good. How about maize?
Maize I did 4 kg.
Those are the only crops you did?
Yeah, just 2. And also beans.
Also beans.
Yes, but for beans I only just did only 10 litres.
Oh, 10 litres.
Just on 10 litres, yes. And just for mere consumption. Yeah, and I used to sell to my close acquaintances, my close friends. Yeah.
All right. So what practices did you engage in your farming?
Practice I always use that. It's just primitive type of agriculture.
Primitive type of agriculture.
Where you're using just basic, just the normal way, like the way they do at the village, where you're just using oils.
Talking of the previous season,
yes,
there was a very terrible drought. How were you affected?
I'm telling you, last farming season, 2023-2024,
yeah,
it was very challenging.
It was very challenging.
Very, very challenging. But again, at the same time, it opened up my eyes. Not only my eyes, it built my mental strength and mental fortitudes. The reason why I'm saying this is last farming season, what I anticipated is like the way the climate change will be favorable to most of the farmers. So all the money I had,
like you invested.
I invested a lot. I invested a lot in farming. So I did last farming season. I did about how many hectares for maize only? I did 2 hectares. 2 hectares of land. Yeah, 2 hectares for maize specifically.
So did you harvest as expected?
Okay, let me give you this scenario. In Kitwe, I did an hectare of maize. That is 100 by 100, an hectare of maize production. I also did 50 by 50 of
Maize.
groundnuts production.
Oh,
I also did 50 by 50 of beans production.
yeah.
So when you combine them, that is almost 1.5 hectares. Yeah, 1.5 hectare. So 1 hectare for maize, that is half a hectare for beans and the soybeans, legume plants. Yeah.
Okay.
I also did an hectare of maize production, again, not here but in Rufuanyama.
In Lufanyama.
Yes. I just learned it, yeah.
So kuchwa renting and not renting, I don't just need to like buy your own
No.
place.
You can there, in fact, Zambia has a lot of hardible land.
Because those are the problems a lot of youths are facing.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of youths out there who want to farm, want to engage in
farming. Okay.
But they're scared. They don't have where to do agriculture from. So what can you say about that problem?
At least 90% of the Zambians, they are conversant about farming. So it's a project that even anyone can embark on. But the most difficult thing that as young people we don't want to implement our knowledge. You get the point? We might have the knowledge, but implementation that's where the problem comes in. So the problem, implementation. Yes, we might not have the necessary resources to start farming, but you need to give yourself. You get the point, yeah. You need to give yourself. At times, I can give an example. Groundnuts doesn't need fertilizer. You don't need fertilizer to grow groundnuts.
So to be waiting for an angel to come give you
you don't need fertilizer to grow legume plants like beans and groundnuts, yeah, or even soybeans.
Yeah.
You see, all you need is just yourself. Imagine the farm that I rented in Rufuanyama. I rented a 2 hectare. I only paid 1,000. Just 1,000.
Just 1,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Just 1,000.
So do you only farm when it's in the rain season, or you even do some gardening?
Initially, I haven't embarked on gardening farming due to some reasons. I was a student. I need to balance school and farming and other businesses as well. You get the point? Yeah. So gardening is quite labor intensive. You need to be in the field. Okay, you venture into any other businesses like grocery. Initially, grocery, you can just calculate everything. You put them in the book. You come and audit, and you leave it to someone else. Yeah, the business can flourish. But for farming, you as the owner, you need to be there
every time.
Every time you need to be there. You need to do what to monitor.
It's a discipline.
It's a discipline, definitely, because you can't leave fertilizer application to the people that are helping you. What if they steal? You see, they can just tell you, no, tafaga fertilizer, but initially they haven't applied fertilizer. But they just come and tell you, no, we've applied fertilizer. They're just sugarcoating you. But after some 1 to 2 weeks, you find that the crops are stunted. They're not growing. For instance, maize. So what are you going to do? Who has lost? You, the owner. Now this is the major problem that young people, they don't want to get involved. Why? Because farming is labor intensive. But if you leave farming to maybe your people that are helping you, you're going to lose out. You need to be there as a owner,
supervising everything.
Supervise, yes. You can't be there. You can't be involved initially in the plowing.
Yeah.
You see, or tilling the land. You can give it to some people, but when it comes to planting, fertilizer application, weed management, and the harvesting, you have to be there.
The youths out there who would love to engage in farming, but maybe they've got 1 or 2 things that they're scared of. Yeah, what way did you give them?
So for those who want to venture into farming,
yeah,
farming it's a business right now. It's the next gold. It's the next mine. I'm telling you, farming it's a business. It's the next gold, and I can assure you, like I said, let me quote the words.
Is it? Are you saying the next gold, or isn't it the gold? Like, isn't it the gold mine right now?
I can say
It's
it's the next, and it will always be. So let me quote the words that African Development Bank President Adesina. He said that the next millionaires and billionaires of Africa will be farmers. If people are not educated and not venturing into farming, then we are killing the industry. Because farming, every year it presents different challenges and different opportunities. So we need you people who are educated also venture into farming. You get the point,
Yeah.
so that you can learn on how to scale that business to the next level. So for young people, don't even feel shy that farming is farming is it's for people who are not educated. You see, people have nothing to do.
Yeah.
I think this is the perception that a lot of young people have.
Like, farming is something for those who are not educated.
This is the biggest perception. But we need to change that narrative. You get the point? Imagine if I was watching a documentary on BBC. Imagine if people they're traveling all the way from China to come and do farming here
in Africa.
in Zambia,
Specifically,
to be
yeah.
specific.
Oh.
You see, it shows that farming, it presents a lot, because it has a lot of opportunity. You understand? Just want to see that most of the young people, they're not just roaming around the street, but they have something to do. So if really God give me that opportunity to to work with my fellow young people, those who have nothing to do, definitely I want to see that a lot of young people are involved in farming and be able to generate revenue out of farming. So I see myself in the next 5 years, as a commercial farmer, not as a peasant farmer, or as a subsistence farmer, I can say, but I see myself in the next 5 years as a commercial farmer.
As a
Commercial farmer, yes, you see, yeah. Initially, that's what I can say.
Okay. It's been so wonderful.
And also, start gardening, because I also want to embark on onion production. Tomato production, because onion production currently it's profitable.
Yeah.
It's one of the lucrative cash crop right now. Right now, as I'm talking, DRC, Kasumbalesa, nearby. It's nearby, and every day trucks are flocking Kasumbalesa with onion. They're not coming back. So the market is already available. All we need is to put our minds together, our resources together, our competences together. Then we'll be able to see how we can generate revenue out of this farming. Otherwise, it's a very lucrative business. They should also include these agro courses in universities, big universities like CB or Unza. It's there, even in colleges. You see, just like the way they've done to teaching courses and nursing courses. Also, agriculture should be something that you get my point. Yeah. Why? Because we have arable land. This is the easiest business mode you can start. It's very easy, but it's very demanding. So the business mode of farming is very easy, but at the same time it's very demanding. Why? Because you can just get a hoe. Initially, you go and do some, you make some ridges, you plant. And water. Not readily available when it's rain season.
When it's rain season.
You don't even need to order.
Okay. I see.
God has given us it's rain season. There is abundant rainfall. So instead of wasting it, do some farming.
Yeah.
Even at your backyard, you're going to get something.
For real.
You see, so this is the opportunity which is available. The opportunity you can even see. The business mode is very easy. It's not complicated. You don't need to go to school, you study whatsoever. No, You just need maybe a few guidance from those people who've been doing it. You know, how do you do it? Or we do this and this. You plant at this stage. How do you do it? We do this and this. You know, you see, it's not complex as per se. You don't need to go to school and start for 5. You know, no. But it's, yeah, you can do that for, you know, for agronomists. Yes, they do that. But this is something which is very easy to embark on, to start. You see. So government should encourage a lot of young people to venture into farming, just like the way they've done it.
Should we wait for government, or we need to start doing that ourselves? Because what if government is not thinking of us in that way?
You know, government, they're doing their level best to make sure that young people are involved in entrepreneurship. See, this government, they have decentralized CDF into its on constituency level. 30.6 million kwacha per constituency. So part of that money it goes to loans, grants, and cooperatives. Which on itself, it shows that the government, they are so much interested in revamping the young people. You see, even on Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, you've seen. So it's just a matter of us young people to show up ourselves. You understand? We must be led for these funding opportunities. Now, if we just stay idle, or government is doing nothing, or government ABCD, you see, we won't get these opportunities. You understand? So it's up to us young people to be available for these opportunities. CDF is there. Each and every constituency is receiving 30.6 million kwacha. And each constituency, they are advertising for loan, grants, and cooperative. You make like you and I, Mr. Tafali, we make a cooperative. Maybe 10 of us. You get a point, huh? We register that cooperative. It's either to Pakra or to council. We get that certificate. We go to government. Oh, we want to embark on fish production. You get a point, huh? You write your proposals and everything. They're going to give you money, and you embark on that project. It's very easy. You understand? Rather than us complaining, oh, here, climate change, we've been hit by climate change. Even me, I've been affected by climate change. But I'm not complaining. Most of my fields were completely destroyed. But here I am. You see, we are going to try next farming season, even though the resources seems to be, scarcity, but eventually we'll
It's been, I can say right about now, I've learned more than enough.
No, we are still learning, comrade.
I've learned more than enough. Let's hope my viewers out there are learning as well. Let's hope they've learned the goodness of farming. Let's hope they've learned that there's nothing to fear in order for anybody to do agriculture, for anybody to do farming. The other thing that I learned is that the next billionaires and millionaires of Africa, to be specific, are going to be farmers. So, who wants to be a millionaire, who wants to be a billionaire? Tuwafile baposa nenjita kwamba farming and agriculture, nangula ukwamba entrepreneurship,
agripreneurship,
agriculture, which is called agripreneurship. Let me quote Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie said, agriculture is the sacred task from the Most High. It's a sacred duty that we've received from the Most High. So for anybody to succeed, Futi, you need to be with the Most High. The Most High is one love.